Hi everybody, welcome. My name's Ali Boulour. This is my law partner, Alex, Carl.
Yes, welcome back to the channel. We have a little video for you in regards to how certain DACA recipients can move forward to permanent residency based off marriage to a U.S. citizen without needing to apply for a 601A waiver.
That's a mouthful. So how do you do that?
Well, here we're assuming, and like a lot of the cases that we run into, a lot of the DACA recipients seem to have entered the U.S. without a visa. Obviously, they were very young when they entered the U.S., but without a legal entry. If you marry a U.S. citizen and you have one entry, it's not a legal entry, and you marry a U.S. citizen, in order to apply for permanent residency, you're going to need to also get a waiver, a 601A waiver. It's a good program, but it's about a 2-year process. It's much more detailed and, let's say, intense process, so it's a little bit more expensive as well. And it also requires the applicant at the end of the process to go to a quick interview in Mexico at Ciudad Juarez to get their immigrant visa stamped. For DACA recipients, there is something available to them that it seems like the government is being a little bit more lenient on in a good way, that can allow them to move forward with their permanent resident application without a waiver. And that is through something called advanced parole.
So advanced parole, what it does, it allows the person to leave the country and re-enter their parole back in.
Correct.
So then they have proof of entry, legal entry.
Right, and they can then use that entry as their legal entry. And again, we're saying they're married to a U.S. citizen. Now they can move forward with a simple adjustment of status case, which is permanent resident application. It's all done here in the U.S. It's about an 8 to 12 month process. And at the end of it, everything goes smooth, which most often times it does. They are a permanent resident. And again, you avoid that 601A waiver. So it's really important to know that, if you are a DACA recipient, that there is this advanced parole application available to you specifically. Now those are, issued on a case-by-case basis, but there's really no risk in applying for advanced parole if you're a DACA recipient. The worst case scenario, it gets denied and you go back to, you still are in DACA status, right? So really little to no risk. It's all benefit, especially if it's approved.
It's all benefit, especially since DACA is on extremely soft footing. Yesterday, a bunch of red states sued the federal government on DACA. So right now, DACA's, I think, has a lifeline until at least June of this year. That can be circumvented, possibly, if this lawsuit ends up in halting the DACA program, as it has been in the past. It's stopped a few times. So it's really important, if you have that option, what Alex was talking about, you take advantage of it today as opposed to tomorrow.
Yeah, and lastly, you do not have to be married to apply for advanced parole, right? You can be single, and have DACA and apply for advanced parole. If you get it and exit and enter on parole, you're going to have that legal entry stay with you until, really in perpetuity. So
right.
If something does change in the future, as in your marital status, you then have that legal entry to move forward with an adjustment of status without a waiver.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, hopefully that wasn't too much to comprehend, but if you have any questions, reach out to us. We're happy to help answer any questions, and have a great rest of your week.
Bye.